Can we talk about how I had a bad perception of what remote therapeutic monitoring is? I thought of it as basically a therapist sitting behind a computer, interacting in a kind of impersonal way with a patient. And really, that couldn't be farther from the truth. We really need to think about remote therapeutic monitoring as a way for a patient to better engage with their current plan of care. If you give someone a home exercise program and you send it to them digitally, that can be a form of remote therapeutic monitoring, meaning it's one of those things where you look at it and you say, hey, let's get some compliance. Are you actually doing the exercises? For a long time, I used to use home exercise compliance logs where I would have the patient write down when they did it if they were struggling to get them done. And so that's a form that we can use digitally, right? We're just using digital tools to help improve that patient engagement. Along with that, a lot of times we can just be able to monitor the person's symptoms and what activities tend to bother them, what happens the preceding days that tend to exacerbate their symptoms. I would do this all the time with patients too, is like if I was trying to really problem solve and figure out what was going on, I would have them write down like, hey, how's it feeling? What days does it hurt more? And suddenly, sometimes you would notice that a certain day of the week they would do something, and then they would be, somewhat miserable for the next 3 days. Remote therapeutic monitoring can help us with that by giving us that information in more of a real time. It also provides a platform for patients to ask questions, and not instead of giving someone your cell, which I give my patients my cell. We can do this in a more secure platform that is now constrained to your workday. And they don't expect an immediate response. You get to it when you can. And people don't have as many questions as you would think, but the opportunity to ask questions and also have those questions answered before their next visit. Also, I even encourage my patients to say, hey, if there's something you want to talk about, note it in with a text, and that way we both remember to talk about it at your next visit. So this allows us this engagement piece. So your remote therapeutic monitoring, it's probably not the right words. It's like digital engagement strategies, right? And I know I sound like a commercial for remote therapeutic monitoring. And that's not the goal of this. I think it's to share how I've had maybe a misperception or a misunderstanding of the power of what you can do and how we're almost already engaging in this. And in this MedBridge podcast on remote therapeutic monitoring, really dive into all the different ways that it can be useful. And most importantly, how we can get our patients better through using the strategies, whether we use an actual tool for remote therapeutic monitoring or not. So check out that episode.